Hey guys, welcome to the Field of 68 YouTube channel. If you like what you see here, hit that subscribe button and you'll get more college basketball content just like this. Have a Duke all ACC point guard in the transfer portal, Jeremy Roach, after his senior season as a member of the Blue Devils, opted to enter the transfer portal. Goodman, what does it say about the sport of college basketball when Jeremy Roach, after all he has done for Duke, has found a way as a grad transfer to put his name in the transfer portal?
I mean, listen, here's the thing with Jeremy Roach. Like, he's done it over and over and over at Duke. And like, he's had different roles, but I think he probably had a conversation with Jon Scheyer. And I don't know this for a fact. I haven't talked to Scheyer or Roach about this, but my guess is they came to kind of a mutual decision here. You know what? Probably the best that you move on for the final year. And he's thinking, you know what? I want to be able to maybe showcase my game a little bit more than I've been able to, certainly in the last year or so, when he's played off the ball. He's been more of a spot-up shooter, able to drive it as well, but a complimentary piece, a really good one at that. But we saw Kyle Filipowski and Jared McCain certainly move forward, and both those guys are gone. But, you got Cooper Flagg coming in. He's going to have the ball in his hands a ton next year. It's going to be the Cooper Flagg show. Whether or not anybody will admit it or not, it's still going to be all – listen, I've been in those meetings in the preseason, the ESPN meetings, where they try to come up with, okay, what are we going to sell this year to get people to really watch college hoops? You know what the answer is going to be, Rob? Cooper Flagg. Cooper Flagg. That's all it's going to be about. So you wonder, too, if Jeremy Roach is like, you know what? I'm not sure I want to be a part of this, like, Cooper Flagg show. So I think it's best for Jon Scheyer and Duke. I think it's best for Jeremy Roach that they kind of move on at this point. But he's not the only one. I mean, Mark Mitchell, those are two like great program guys, culture guys, older guys that left. And to me, Jon Scheyer is going to have to fill those voids with some veterans that you know what you're going to get, because just filling them with young guys. Now, Cooper Flagg will not play like a freshman next year. But some of these other guys they got coming in, the kid Evans, even Ngamba, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, the big kid from the Northeast. Like, I don't know how much they're going to give you. They got Proctor back, but, like, we don't know what Tyrese Proctor is going to be next year. You hope he's going to be – you were the one driving the train a year ago at this time telling me he was going to be a first-team All-American, and I fell for it. I fell for the Rob Doster hype train.
Yeah, well, the writing was on the wall and it looked very promising. And then I drove that train right into a ditch, which was not the best. I'm a little bit worried about Duke heading into next season with Mark Mitchell in the portal and with Jeremy Roach in the portal, and assuming that they're not just using this as leverage to try to get more money out of whoever is paying the people at Duke, because it's looking a little bit like a situation where you lost that senior leadership, the veteran leadership. You lost those older voices in the locker room. And as good as Cooper Flagg is going to be, I am absolutely 100% going to have very large reservations about building an entire program and an entire team around a dude that doesn't even turn 18 until late December. He's going to be the single youngest player in all of Division I basketball next year. And I think his ceiling is incredibly high. I think he has like all NBA caliber. Like, I think that's what he's going to end up being in the NBA. I still think he's more of a defensive prospect, more of like an Andre Kirilenko, maybe with a little bit more of an offensive arsenal long term.
You were a big Andre Kirilenko fan, weren't you? Big Kirilenko fan.
AK-47, man. I mean, I think that's what he's going to end up being at the next level. But I do have doubts about the way that you're going to be able to use a guy that he's going to be 17, man. He's going to be 17 for 2 months of the season. We saw this happen with Gigi Jackson at South Carolina, and I think Cooper Flagg is better than Gigi Jackson. But how often have we seen these reclassified freshmen step in and have like a really, really big impact beyond what would like? Has anyone lived up to the expectations reclassifying?
How often have you seen somebody like Cooper Flagg?
Not that often. But I mean,
never. I'm not sure ever. We've never seen that skill set, right? Like, as you said, what he's not going to have issues with is defensively. On the defensive end, you're going to be able to put him in there, and he's going to be just fine because he's super high IQ. He's an elite defender, and he can make people better. Now, again, if you're expecting him to score 20 points a game, that is not going to happen next year. That is not going to be his impact. But he could average 14, 7, and 4 assists, and maybe more than 4 assists if they're really running everything through him next year. And it wouldn't surprise me at all. He's going to be very good, but what he's going to need, Rob, he's going to need shooters around him. Proctor can shoot, but Jon Scheyer's got to go to the portal and get, guys that are proven shooters. Again, I mentioned it earlier with Kansas, getting a Rylan Griffin type, getting somebody that's proven. Kobe Brea, probably even better because, shot 50% from 3 last year at Dayton. Like, Scheyer better put this team together. Again, we talk about this all the time right now. Roster construction. What he didn't have this past year, he didn't have a long athletic big defensively that could take some of the pressure off Filipowski. He's got to put this team together the right way. You can have some young guys, Evans and obviously Cooper, but you better have some older dudes around him that can shoot the ball, that know how to play. And again, Proctor is going to be the X factor here.
Yeah, and the Mark Mitchell one, I can kind of understand why he's making the decision that he's making. Him and Cooper Flagg are going to exist in the same spots on the floor, right? I can understand why he would say, I'm not going to spend my junior year sitting behind a 17-year-old freshman, right? I'm not going to have to sacrifice my minutes for that. I understand that one. But losing Jeremy Roach is a big one. I want to thank you for watching the Field of 68. If you've enjoyed what you've seen here, hit that like button, share this link with your friends, or check out the description for some other places that you can consume Field of 68 content.